Hey, baseball fans. Welcome back to Tits and Streams, your go-to channel for daily baseball predictions. I'm Koken, and I'm here to give you the inside scoop on today's top matchups. Before we dive into today's picks, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest predictions. If you enjoy our content, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends who love baseball and sports betting. Our channel relies entirely on your support. We don't have any sponsors, so every like, share, and comment helps us keep going. If you'd like to support us even more, consider donating by pressing the thanks button under this video. We love hearing from you. Drop a comment below. Your feedback makes our channel better. All right, let's get into today's predictions. Today we have predictions for 3 MLB games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Cleveland Guardians and Kansas City Royals. As we gear up for the September 1st, 2024 clash between the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Guardians at Kauffman Stadium, the stakes couldn't be higher. The Royals are eager to make the most of their home field advantage, while the Guardians are fighting to hold on to their precarious lead in the AL Central. With Michael Wacha taking the mound for Kansas City and Gavin Williams starting for Cleveland, this game is set to be a strategic and high-stakes battle. Michael Wacha has been a rock for the Royals this season, with an 11-6 record and a solid .350 ERA. Though his last outing against the Guardians was less than stellar, allowing 5 runs on 9 hits, Wacha's overall performance at home has been nothing short of dominant. In 11 starts at Kauffman Stadium, he's posted a 6-1 record and a 3.13 ERA, showing he knows how to command the game on familiar ground. His 120 strikeouts against just 38 walks over 139 innings demonstrate his sharp control, and his track record against the Guardians, with a 2-0 record and a 2.48 ERA in 5 appearances, suggests he's primed for a strong showing in this rematch. Gavin Williams, on the other hand, is a promising young talent for the Guardians, but his 2-7 record and 4.99 ERA this season reflect his growing pains. Despite flashes of brilliance, particularly on the road where his ERA drops to 3.03, Williams has struggled with consistency. His recent outing against the Royals saw him strike out 6 over 5 innings, but also surrender 2 runs on 3 hits, ultimately leading to a loss. The Royals hitters have now had a good look at Williams, which could spell trouble for the young pitcher as Kansas City aims to exploit his weaknesses. The Royals may have hit a rough patch with a 4-game losing streak, but they've been resilient in the second half of the season, going 23-17 since the All-Star break. Their offense, powered by Bobby Witt Jr. and Salvador Perez, has been especially potent at home. Witt has been a standout, ranking 3rd in the league in slugging percentage, and the Royals have hit .260 against right-handed pitching over the last 2 weeks. This could give them the edge they need against Williams, who may struggle in his second meeting with Kansas City's potent lineup. Defensively, the Royals have been solid, with a pitching staff that holds a 3.91 ERA, good for 11th in the league. Their bullpen has been dependable, often delivering in clutch situations, which will be key in keeping the Guardians' offense in check. Kansas City's defense has also been sharp, with a .983 fielding percentage that has minimized errors and supported their pitchers effectively. Cleveland, meanwhile, has been inconsistent in recent weeks, going 19-22 since the All-Star break. Despite the strong performances of Jose Ramirez and Stephen Kwan, the Guardians have struggled at the plate, hitting just .225 as a team over the last 2 weeks. Even with a pitching staff that ranks in the top 10 in ERA and WHIP, Cleveland has often come up short in close games, missing opportunities to capitalize on their pitching strength. Recent head-to-head matchups favor the Royals, who took 3 of 4 from the Guardians last week. This recent success, combined with their strong performance at home, makes Kansas City a formidable opponent in this contest. The Guardians' struggles in day games at Kauffman Stadium, where they've lost their last 4 following a win, further tilt the odds in favor of the Royals. From a betting perspective, the Royals are a strong pick at home, especially against division rivals. They've won 14 of their last 15 home games against AL Central opponents and covered the run line in each of their last 7 home games against American League teams following a road loss. This home field consistency makes them a solid bet, not just to win, but to cover the spread. Taking all this into account, the prediction is clear: the Kansas City Royals on the money line. With Wacha likely to rebound, the Royals' offense ready to take advantage of Williams, and the Guardians' recent struggles, everything points to a Kansas City victory. The Royals have the momentum, the home field edge, and the stats to back up a win in this crucial AL Central showdown.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino. your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The second prediction for today is for a game between the Eagle Mariners and Oakland Athletics. Today's showdown features the Oakland Athletics squaring off against the Seattle Mariners. The Athletics are sitting with a 59-78 record this season, firmly in fourth place in the American League West. With the playoffs out of reach, the Athletics are already looking ahead to the offseason for improvements. They've stumbled recently, dropping 3 of their last 4 games as they head into Monday's matchup. On the flip side, the Mariners hold a 69-68 record and are 6 games behind the division leader. With the wild card looking out of reach, they'll need to mount a serious push to overtake Houston, but after losing 3 of their last 5, it's not looking promising. Seattle has only managed to win 1 of their 6 encounters with Oakland this season. On the mound today, the Athletics will send Salvo de Bello, while the Mariners are counting on Logan Gilbert. The Mariners' season has been a tale of missed opportunities. Despite leading the AL West for a good chunk of the year, they couldn't hold on to that top spot, eventually surrendering it to the Houston Astros, who have since widened the gap. One of the few bright spots for Seattle has been Logan Gilbert. Although he had a rough outing 2 starts ago against the Dodgers where he got shelled, Gilbert bounced back in his last start by shutting out the Tampa Bay Rays over 6 innings with 10 strikeouts. However, that stellar performance still wasn't enough as the Mariners lost, which has been the story of their season. In Gilbert's last 8 starts, the Mariners have only won once, even though he's maintained a solid 3.09 ERA in that span. His recent struggles are reflected in a 4.76 ERA over his last 3 starts, largely due to the beating he took from the Dodgers. On the other side, Salvo de Bello takes the mound for Oakland. In a season where wins have been hard to come by, de Bello has been a pleasant surprise. In his 56 innings of work, he's struck out 56 batters while allowing just 2 home runs, though his 24 walks are a concern. Still, with a 3.21 ERA over his last 3 outings, he's been a steady presence for the A's. Offensively, the Mariners are hitting .248 against right-handers in their last 10 games, while the Athletics are struggling with a .195 average. However, the A's have a knack for capitalizing on scoring opportunities, even if it doesn't always show up in the stats. This ability to manufacture runs has made them one of the more competitive teams since the All-Star break in terms of wins and losses. While Gilbert's recent performance has left the Mariners struggling, they do boast a strong 8-2 record in his last 10 starts against Oakland. Additionally, Seattle has dominated in Oakland with a 21-6 record in their last 27 games there. But with the A's playing better overall and the Mariners just 2-10 in their last 12 road games, it's clear which direction these teams are heading. Oakland should have the edge in this matchup, especially with Osvaldo Bido on the mound. He's been stellar in night games with a 1.80 ERA, and he's been equally strong at home with a 3.03 ERA. The A's have won 4 straight when Bido starts and 5 of his last 7 home outings. On the other hand, the Mariners have lost 7 of Gilbert's last 8 starts, with him posting a 4.12 ERA since the All-Star break. Both teams have struggled offensively, which explains their lack of success, but Oakland's power, particularly with home runs, might just tip the scales in their favor. Given the current form and the way Oakland has been performing at home, my pick for this game is the Athletics. The Mariners seem to be running out of gas as the season winds down, and Oakland looks poised to take full advantage. The third prediction for today is for a game between the Boston Red Sox and New York Mets. Under the dazzling lights of Citi Field, the New York Mets and Boston Red Sox are gearing up for what should be an electrifying interleague matchup. The Mets come into this game with confidence, having just notched a 2-0 victory over the Chicago White Sox. Meanwhile, The Red Sox are trying to recover after a tough 4-1 loss to the Detroit Tigers. Both teams are neck and neck in the wild card race, but the Mets seem to be hitting their stride at the right time. Let's dive into the pitching duel. The Red Sox will send Brayan Bello to the mound. This young right-hander has had a season full of ups and downs. With a 12-6 record and a 4.66 ERA, Bello has shown flashes of brilliance, like his dominant 8 shutout innings against the Blue Jays, but he's struggled to find consistency. On the road, he's been solid with a 7-2 record, though his ERA jumps to 4.39, indicating that he's vulnerable to giving up runs. On the other side, the Mets are relying on the veteran Luis Severino, who's been a reliable arm for them this season. Severino's 9-6 record paired with a 3.96 ERA speaks to his steady performance, but it's his 3.13 ERA at Citi Field that really stands out. He's been tough to beat at home, and with the Mets riding a 3-game win streak, Severino will be looking to keep the momentum going. It's worth noting, though, that he's struggled in interleague play this season, which adds a bit of uncertainty to his outing. When we look at recent form, the Mets have clearly been the hotter team. They've won 3 straight games and are closing in on the Braves in the division standings. Though their offense has cooled slightly in August, averaging 4.39 runs per game, they've proven they can win tight contests, especially at home. The Red Sox, on the other hand, have been inconsistent, managing a 13-15 record in August, and their offense has sputtered, scoring only 3.21 runs per game over their last 14 games. In terms of head-to-head matchups, the Mets have dominated recent games at Citi Field, winning 10 of their last 11 night games following a victory. The Red Sox, conversely, have struggled against National League teams, with winning records, dropping their last 6 games in such scenarios. Bello's issues on the road and Severino's strong performance at home give the Mets a clear edge. Defensively, the Mets appear to have an advantage as well. While neither bullpen is among the league's elite, the Mets' relievers have been more reliable than Boston's, which ranks near the bottom in ERA. This could be crucial in a game likely to be decided late. Offensively, the Mets also pack more punch, ranking 6th in home runs this season and succeeding on 83% of their stolen base attempts, adding another weapon to their arsenal. Environmental factors also favor the Mets. The pitcher-friendly dimensions of Citi Field should work to Severino's advantage, and with favorable weather conditions expected, the Mets have all the elements lined up for success. The Red Sox will need to dig deep, but given their recent struggles, it's hard to see them coming out on top. Injuries may also play a role. The Mets have managed to stay relatively healthy, and with their key players available, they're in a good position. The Red Sox, however, might be missing some important pieces, which could further tilt the balance towards New York. All things considered, the numbers favor the Mets in this matchup. Severino's dominance at home, combined with the Mets' recent form and the Red Sox's struggles on the road, make New York the likely winner. The betting line seems fair, and given the trajectory of both teams, taking the Mets' money line appears to be the smart play. Final call. The New York Mets will clinch the win, leveraging Severino's solid pitching and their home field advantage to stay in the playoff hunt. If you're placing a bet, the Mets' money line is your best option.